Hello, everyone. Welcome back to When the Night Comes. I think that's what it's called. I have not played this in a minute, in a hot minute, maybe a week or two. Last we knew, someone else died. Another person died. What is that? Three? I think three people have died now. We figured out one of them is like the general's husband. I don't remember who the other person is. And we have a scrap of fabric that we were going to take to Ezra for some particular reason that I'm not sure about. So let's lock in. Where are my glasses at? Where are my glasses? We all know I'm a bad reader, and I'm even worse when I don't got my glasses on. Hold on. Mima's going to put her glasses on. Golly. Okay. Ready? Oh, God. Everything's falling apart. Everything's falling apart. It's fine. Okay. The shop is empty when I arrive. That comforting tinkle of the bell that sits above the door, welcoming me. Ezra is nowhere to be seen, but I do spot a small white cat curled up on the foot of the shop counter. Oh, cutie pie. A curious creature, one that gives the same soothing magical aura as her assumed owner. The purple curtain that separates the shop and living quarters twitches, and Ezra emerges clutching a cup of steaming tea.
I'm so relieved to see that you're okay.
Thanks, I like your fit. The cat's ears twitch at the sound of his voice, and she stretches, sauntering over to him and parading herself between his legs. He ignores her, moving to place his tea upon the counter. I heard that you had to depart from the festival quite abruptly. We were all worried. I nod politely, offering him a clipped smile. I did, unfortunately. I hope you had enough rest. You look exhausted. Not that I'm surprised after what I assume was an incredibly late evening. Would you like some tea? The sash feels heavy in my coat, and as much as I enjoy exchanging pleasantries with the witch, I'm here for a reason. Actually, I need your help with something. It's pretty urgent. You do? What is it? Both the cat and Ezra watch me intently as I retrieve the sash, the violet, bloodied fabric unfurling as I hold it up. The cat hisses, her hackles? What's a hackle? Raised as she darts back into the back room. What's a hackle? That paired with the look on Ezra's face unnerves me, and I sigh heavily, exasperated as he pushes past me to lock the front door. Deadbolt and all. He faces the door, his palm splayed flat on the window pane. It glows an unpleasant shade of blue as he whispers what I assume to be a ward incantation before he turns to join me. Though we're quite clearly alone, his voice is tactfully quiet.
Where exactly did you get that?
Sorry, I forgot that they have voice acting. The words rush out of him like an aura, and his aura is panicked. So much so that I begin to feel a terrible sense of unease washing over me. Ezra is the one person I truly had no hesitation about trusting from the start. Someone I thought I could rely on, but I find myself questioning his intentions. It's also a weird way to ask that. Where did you get that? I mean, I'm investigating? I thought everyone knew that. Everyone sure did keep telling me that I'm the savior of the town, like they knew who I was, but now we're asking questions when I'm doing my job. Could he possibly already know who this belongs to? And if so, how? Alcar found it in the woods last night. He told me to bring it to you, and only you. He runs a hand through his curls, and I notice that it's shaking. Ezra, are you okay? A heavy exhale, and he closes his eyes, shaking his head before he meets my gaze.
I don't think you understand. This puts us all in danger.
You didn't think the murders were putting us all in danger? Like, what does that mean? Danger? I don't understand. It's just a sash. I simply hoped you would identify who it belonged to. You're aware of who the owner is, I assume, based on your reaction? I play dumb, disguising my interest and the fact that I know that it's not the new victims. If he's hiding something, I'll find out. He moves around to the other side of the counter, nervously rearranging a pile of glowing crystals and pushing aside a dish filled with colorful gems. He spares me a glance as he takes a seat and then forces a smile. I have an inkling, yeah. May I? He holds out his hand, which I observe is now perfectly steady. I'm hesitant to part with the scrap after that little display of uncertainty, but he seems to have collected his thoughts. Are you sure? He nods, wiggling his fingers impatiently.
As sure as I'll ever be. Now, let us get this over with.
Yeah. Look at this pretty picture. Thumbnail. I literally just grab whatever, like, pretty art I find. Yeah, thumbnail. Let's go. I did this last time, too. I said, thumbnail. That's cute. I like that. As soon as the sash meets his palms, a bright emerald green light emanates from his fingertips. The fabric hovers mid-air, suspended by vibrant whirls of magic. The movement of Ezra's hands is fluid like water as he commands his spell. I watch in awe as a mark forms before him, indecipherable shapes shifting and changing. His eyes are alight, brighter than ever as the blood that coats the sash seems to pull away from the fabric, suspended alongside the magic. It's beautiful, a truly impressive display, but I ensure I don't take my eyes off him for even a second. His hips part... Hips. Sorry. What is that even... Ugh, gross. Snap! Sorry, it's the thoughts. The demons! The demons! His brows furrow deeply as he concentrates. He doesn't look pleased, and I'm not entirely sure exactly what he's doing. But whatever it is, I just hope that it helps. This is the first solid piece of evidence I've managed to get my hands on, and I refuse to rest until I get a name. A sharp inhale, and Ezra closes his eyes tight, the magic dissipating, and the sash falls and settles upon the wood. Yo, so who that? Who is that? Who'd it belong to? It was you! I'm playing. He drops his head, his knuckles tight as he grips the edge of the counter. I had a feeling. Ezra, work with me here. I need you to be honest. He looks scared, maybe even a little upset.
This is way bigger than me, but I can't in good conscience keep this from you.
It's a witch! Wait, Ezra's a witch. Nah, that doesn't work. I'm not sure if he's talking to me directly or if he's reassuring himself. I suspect it's the latter. I try to remain calm, and I truly am unsurprised that yet another person in this town has managed to refrain from divulging potentially valuable information. Aya Walker. The sash belongs to a girl named Aya Walker. Okay. He pushes away from the counter, putting distance between himself and the sash, eyeing it warily. And who exactly is Aya Walker?
I really shouldn't say anymore. I would hate for any harm to come to you because of me.
I have to solve the case. It's my job. So you might as well tell me, because I'm going to figure it out eventually. Harm? Who would harm me over something as insignificant as a name? I'm growing increasingly more frustrated as the minutes pass by, and Ezra can tell. I know he's not stupid. If anything, he's too smart. I suppose he's just looking out for himself, but whatever knowledge he's retaining is clearly valuable, and I must know. I think back to what Omen said only a few nights ago, about Finn visiting less and how Ezra being tired all the time. Is it connected somehow? Let's just say you're safe. I take a cautious step forward, aware that with him being this emotional, I could very well startle him. I spread my hands, showing my palms in a gesture of peace as I approach. Ezra, I'll make sure you don't get punished.
It's not that simple.
I can see he's growing increasingly more frustrated, most likely with himself. I've always had the impression that Ezra is a truly honest man, so whatever he is hiding, he must be doing so for a good reason. I hope.
She was a hunter. A general. A good one, too. Another of Lunara's finest. She'd only recently transferred here from a few towns over when she was arrested.
Arrested for what? I try not to look too confused, but I can't help the way my eyes widen when he says that. Arrested? He nods. Hunters, especially of a general's rank, are very rarely thrown in dungeons for minor transgressions. We're too valuable, so what did she do? I don't know why. Nobody out of the enforcers does. Huh, weird. I don't know what to do with this information. A young general being thrown into dungeons is alarming, especially when there's apparently no reason. Treason, murder, unlawful torture, these are things I know that hunters have been imprisoned for, but never without having the public have full knowledge. Such events aren't usually quiet ones. We have families, friends, we save lives. There must be something somewhere that tells me why she was stripped of her title and thrown in a cell. I take the sash from the counter and tuck it back inside my coat. And Ezra keeps a close eye on the movement, as if it may jump out and bite him. Who was her enforcer? Ezra throws me a look again, the one that he looks sad and reluctant. Okay, so it was, I'm forgetting their name. What's their name? I know I did all that romancing last video. That was like 2 weeks ago for me. And I'm on an... Guys, if you were tuning into Andromeda 6, you know who my man is. Yeah, you know who my man is. And because I haven't really had that, like, I always have a draw with a character, you know? My draw is with Ezra, but, like, not in that way. Like, I want to be besties with Ezra. Ezra is like Bo from She-Ra. Like, I just want to be your friend so bad. Like, I want to be your friend so bad. Like, it's just, like, it's pulling at my skin. Get out of my skin! Like, that's what I feel like. But there's no one in this game that I'm like, rare. Andromeda 6, they showed me Damon, and I said, rare. It was instant. Now I'm just like, anyways. Anyways. Yeah, I can't remember. August. That's what it is. Gus. Yeah, I figured. Of course, because I don't have enough on my plate already. He quickly scrambles to add his statement, clearly not wanting me to think ill of August.
Only in the interim while her transfer was processed. She and Piper hit it off quite quickly, but she was gone before she had a chance to thrive.
I take a step towards the door, and Ezra nervously follows. Where are you going? He looks like he wants to reach out and stop me, but he thinks better of it. I'm going to clear my head before, I don't know. I reach for the locks, then for the handle, watching his ward shimmer and fade as he reluctantly waves his hand. Something begs at me to pause. Tell me, why are you so afraid?
I'm scared to learn the truth. I've only ever wanted to find somewhere to settle, somewhere quiet and away from the things that gave me nightmares. I found that here. I found love, a family, and yet...
Love? Princess, I know who your boyfriend is. Yeah, I've never dated Ezra, sorry. They came out swinging with that introduction of Ezra and Finn, and I said, they're dating. Thank you. And I'll never recover from that. Okay, I was like, can you guys hear the music? It's... Maybe... Okay, I'll just leave it. I need to remember that the way I hear it is low-key how you guys hear it. So it's not overbearing right now. Like, I think that's good. It was a little quiet. Nothing lasts forever? He shakes his head.
Everything crumbles, eventually.
Sorry.
That's why I'm afraid. I just want a normal life.
You know what you do when everything crumbles? You rebuild it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like the circle of life, bruh. Like, you go through a period where everything's amazing and great and beautiful and perfect, and you have amazing friends and a great support system, and you have so much fun, and then just, like, everything fucking crashes and burns in the most beautiful, disgusting way possible, and then you just look at it and go, damn, and then you just rebuild it again. I mean, it's not that easy. It's not that simple. I'm, like, simplifying it like hell, but... You know, if it crumbles, you can just rebuild it. That's just how it goes. 'Tis life, I fear. Sad, a part of life, but it is life. We stare each other down for a lingering moment, and I feel truly sorry for him, for everyone in this town. I assume that associating yourself with creatures doesn't grant you much peace. It does not. I drop my head, my mind swimming. People are dying and being thrown in dungeons. I've got your back, Ezra, just as long as you have mine. I thank you. Just stay safe. We need you. I know you do. Everyone likes to remind me of that. Chill air hits me as soon as I open the door of Ezra's shop and step outside. It hisses in my ears, piercing through my layers, like it wants to chase me back indoors. I can think of no alternative more enticing, but my work is done here and I need to move on. Not a moment less well-timed, it seems, as I close the door and immediately I notice a familiar face skulking just out of my vision until now. Right. Omen startles me when he realizes that I've spotted him. Which one is that? That's the demon, right? I think that's the demon. He takes a full step away from me. Huh? one hand half raised, his tail lashing like a snake. For reasons I can't even begin to fathom, there's genuine fear on his face. Omen. Are you okay, bro? I take a moment to look over him. Omen seems, by all accounts, unhurt. At least he isn't hurt enough that it interferes with his glamour, despite the obvious distress. Under my scrutiny, Omen takes half a step back, hugging himself, and I hasten to put him at ease. He isn't my enemy, least of all one I'm willing to make. It's all right. I was just surprised to see you, was all. Oh. Omen looks away for a moment, embarrassed. Then he offers me a half smile, visibly relaxing.
I've been hiding. Things seem to be tense right now.
Well, murder does do that to people, huh? I can't help but sigh at that. That's one way to put it. I gesture vaguely at him. But what about you? You seem to be in a hurry. Is something wrong? Omen's eyes widen, his mouth open. He doesn't say anything for a moment, then shuts it. I'm looking for someone. Omen says this very quietly, like he's confessing a secret. He scans my face with a flickering red rather than the usual warm brown. I wait, since there's little else I can say. Then something seems to resolve. Omen looks from me to Ezra's door, then takes a step back, his mouth tight.
She's probably not in there. I should get going. It's nice seeing you again.
Who's she? I only know one girl that I know of. I think it's Piper. That's it. He makes to turn away, and I don't know what moves me to act. Perhaps it's his aura. The way I suddenly sense it swell under his glamour, and spot the wisps of flame trailing from his hair and tips of his ears. What does that mean? Perhaps he's walking away, and I simply can't let him go right now. Perhaps I'm tired of one more fucking mystery in this town. Either way, I reach out and grab his wrist. Sometimes the way that they say, like, things, I don't know if I'm crazy. Like, perhaps he's walking away, and I simply can't let him go right now. Something about this sentence, even though it's just how it's said, and it probably is right, just, like, doesn't make sense to me. Perhaps he's walking away. What? Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. Wait. And instantly I regret it. He scorches my hand, forcing me to withdraw with a small cry. Hey. Omen looks over his shoulder at me with glowing amber eyes, his lips drawn back in a half snarl. His still eerily human face is framed by a wreath of fire. My guts clench, twists drop under the sudden glimpse of an immense, blistering presence that sprung out of nowhere. My instincts scream at me in warning. Demon. Well, no shit. You don't fucking grab people without... He's obviously already tense as fuck. The one thing you should not have done was that. Maybe be like, wait, hold on. Who's that? There's so many other options rather than grabbing him that you could have done. Then Omen jerks back as though out of the trance. And everything extinguishes. Hi. I don't know how long we stand outside Ezra's shop with the space of a sword sitting between us. Omen's arms are limp at his sides, making no moves to defend himself. All he does is stare at me. Stare at me with his huge eyes in palpable horror.
I'm sorry.
And dude, you're chill. I shouldn't have done that. That's my bad. I force my mouth to tell him it's all right. I have had worse, really, but I can only pry my jaw apart. The words I can't force through. Coward, do it. He's not waiting to hear them. He's stepping away. 1, then 2, then 3, and he turns around and flees. You bitch. I can't get my legs to follow. By the time I get enough control back, Omen's already long gone. In hindsight, I'm glad I couldn't follow him. It takes a tremendous effort for me to pry my stiff fingers from the comfort of my weapon. I'd been sitting in my room at the Wolf, waiting for the sun to set, waiting for darkness to fall so I can carry out my next move. Damn, we've just been wasting our fucking time all day. Not to be a jackass, but, like, what the fuck are we doing right now? Like, we are not investigating anything at all. We could, like, go look at some public records. We could go talk to August. We need to talk to somebody. Like, you telling me I just been sitting in my fucking room doing jack shit all day? Anyways. No messenger had come to summon me to the headquarters, and neither had August come to bang down my door. I gathered that the identification of the deceased hunter is taking a little longer than expected. Or, many dark things crossed my mind, but I pushed them away. I meant it when I said that I'm tired of being pushed from a pillar to post. Kept in the dark. Sorry. Enough is enough. If this town wants saving, then I'll do it on my terms. Hell yeah! The door to August's office is thankfully unlocked, and I'm pleased to discover that it's empty. The desk in its usual disarray, papers and books haphazardly strewn across the surface. I take a deep breath and head straight to the filing cabinet I've seen August rummaging through so often, and I carefully open the drawers. Apparently, Piper has her own... paper... Her own what? Folder? Drawer? She has her own drawer, is what we were saying right here. Okay, cool. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, the way it's said, I'm like, her own what? She has her own what? A whole, I guess it's a drawer. Okay. Why does she have a whole drawer based on her shit? What'd she do? Apparently Piper has her own, a whole portion dedicated to her reports, an impressive feat. After much rummaging, I eventually find Aya's paper stuffed in the very back of the bottom drawer. Why would they keep it? If I didn't know what I was looking for, they'd have easily gone unnoticed. It certainly looks like August has tried to hide them, which only increases my suspicion. I find her transfer papers, a glowing letter of recommendation from a previous enforcer. Her records are clean with no discrepancies, nothing but praise. I see the words kind and thoughtful repeated multiple times. The only complaint, if you can call it that, is that her enforcer is that she was overly cautious. Got it. That was me not understanding. That was my fault. My bad. Then I find it. Her discharge papers. An obnoxious red treason stamped across the front page. Treason. In the blink of an eye, the whole office lights up, and the door loudly slams against the wall. Oh. Hey.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Do you think they believe me? Oh my god, August. This paper just fell into my hands. I don't know how crazy. Okay, but also fuck you, bitch, because you know what? You're expecting me to investigate something with telling me nothing. You knew one of the victims? Jackass. I watch magic coat every surface, flowing and circling over walls, floors, and furniture. It even creeps over their clothing, their skin too. Yeah, and they look pretty. What? Not playing. They stare at me wide-eyed, vivid violets swallowing the once ice blue of their irises. And though I should be concerned that I've been caught, I'm distracted. Oh, I'm sure I am. August. You look good in your little outfit. Sorry. Anyways. The magic that glimmers upon their clothes disappears, and their eyes lose that otherworldly glow, but the room remains alight. They look at the bundle of papers I hold tightly in my hand and frown, furrowing their brow.
I would ask that you put those back, Hunter.
Well, maybe you shouldn't keep shit secret from me, huh? How about that? The words are eerily calm, but they seem more concerned than annoyed. What happened to her? They close the door, clicking the lock and checking the handle before they walk towards me. As poised and perfect as ever, they stare me down.
You know, not even Piper found those. I hate to admit that I'm impressed.
Okay. August. They unfurl their fingers in a silent gesture, and I pause. August is still my superior officer, and I am nothing if not respectful.
I do not wish for Piper to be demoted, nor do I wish for you to meet the same fate, but I appear to be having a case of déjà vu. But, you know, sometimes the hand that feeds is a forceful one.
Like, not to be disrespectful, how the fuck do you expect me to solve this case without figuring this shit out? It sounds like you just want to do it by yourself. That's what it sounds like. Okay, figure it out, girl. Demote me. Damn, get me the fuck out of this town. You can solve that all on your own. Yeah, you know what? Let me sit down. You go ahead and solve it then. You solve it. I find that my one lead is this dead girl. For whatever reason that she got demoted. I don't care. I really don't. Honestly, I don't care. You go ahead, buddy. Solve that all on your own. Have fun. I'm perplexed. I expected a much harsher conversation. August isn't exactly known for their calm temperament, but this is startlingly out of character. Aren't you gonna admonish me? With a sly smile, they shake their head. No, Kay, I'm not.
I believe in you, strangely. I believe that you're a bright light at the end of a very, very dark tunnel for this town.
Wow, how generous.
And I have been questioning things lately.
This is why I like August. For the power, but I also will kill you. Not literally, but like, I'll get you. You know what I mean? Oh, flirt. Do you see how my hesitation just like, it's just there. Like, I just go, like, there's no hesitation. I just go for it. Dude, oh my god. If you guys haven't, like, if you guys scope this one, but you don't scope Andromeda 6, I like that one a lot. That's why I'm talking about it again. That man, girl, my hesitation is literally non-existent. I'm drawn to him so bad, I fear. It's embarrassing. And it's an interesting story. Anyways, let's lock into this. I'll shut up about that one now. The look that crosses their face breaks my heart. It's one of shame. I long to comfort them, but these papers weigh heavy in my hand. August, please. I can't take any more dishonesty. I'm here to help. I want nothing more than for all this pain to stop. They drop their gaze, apparently unable to look at me. I'm here for you. Their cheeks flush pink, mouth set in a thin, nervous line. I do not deserve it. I got myself into this mess by... They catch themselves.
I do not deserve it.
I cross the room, the papers discarded, and I stand face to face with them. Help me, August. I tentatively reach for their hand, and they take it without question. Yeah! Lacing their long fingers with my own. Oh my god, that's so cutie pie! Little light shit going on. That's so cute. The markings brighten, thrumming in time with what I assume is August's hammering pulse. The room is like pulsating. I'm laughing because it's cute. Like, imagine you're sitting in this room and you're like flustered, and so he's already not able, like, what are we talking about right now? We're sitting in this room, and he, she, they, it, are just seeing pulsating of lights, because they have their, I don't know what they're called, like the lights, like the all the drawings and stuff, those are like attached to their feelings, is what I'm assuming is happening. That's so cutie pie. We're just sitting here like, what? People are terrified, and I think you are too. What did this girl do to deserve to be forgotten?
If I told you that I do not know, would you believe me?
No. I run my thumb along the back of their hand. I look deep into those eyes that seem to hold the universe. I would. Oh, not me. I would not believe you. I would call you a liar because you have that fucking folder in the back of your little cabinet. I would not believe you. Doesn't mean I don't love you, but I don't believe you.
Then you must be a fool.
I agree our character is a fool because I don't believe you. I laugh quietly, reaching up to cup the curve of their jaw with my free hand. This is getting fruity. Woo! Go crazy. They lean into my touch as if they've craved it for an eternity. Then a fool I'll be. The time spent with them at the festival granted me access to a very different August, one that I found myself becoming quite fond of. Where are you telling me that I'm going to be sacrificing the lore for romance? I mean, I'm going to fucking do it, but that's also so disappointing. I relish in the warmth of their flesh skin against my own, reveling in how beautiful they are. Facts. I'll always protect you, August. We can help each other here. Something in my gut tells me this is really all connected, and this doesn't exactly comfort me. The very institution that I work for, that I've dedicated my life to, I moved to pull out the sash and let it unfurl, holding it out for them, and August's eyes grow wide. Who does this belong to? Oh, that was him. That's my bad. I walkered. Wait. Oh, sorry, princess. Pat, 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 pat. Their expression is unchanging. I see. It's bloodied. Well, she's dead. So, yeah. I nod, handing it to them. They carefully lay it across their palms, studying it intently. Heavily and torn to shreds. Whatever happened, she put up a fight. They frowned, their lips pursed. Something is clearly perplexing them.
She was not reported to be injured upon her arrest. That much I do know. Something like that wouldn't be omitted.
Hey, you know what else? I have a feeling that she died somewhere out of, getting arrested. Because, I don't think she was found in a jail cell, was she? I throw them a sorry stare, wondering how they could still be so sure of such things. You're positive the blood is hers? I want to tell them how I know, but I can't implicate Ezra nor Alcar. Not after they were so clearly terrified. I'm sure, and I'm gonna need you to trust me on that. Strangely, they don't question it. Instead, they sigh, placing the sash on their desk. She was yours, August. Don't you want to know what happened to her? I want to see her, to visit the dungeon. Wait, she's alive? I thought she died. Hello? They glance out the window. Another heavy snowfall coats the icy street outside.
I think you need to take a seat. I have a few confessions.
Yo, I didn't think we were gonna get this. Go crazy. I can hear the rush of my blood pounding in my skull as I take a seat, my heart trying to escape the restrictive cage of my ribs as I stare at my enforcer down. Dude, what if they kill us? What if they kill us? Then we'd have to start over. And you know what? We wouldn't date anyone.
I think you need to take a seat.
Shut up. August's fingers are visibly trembling, all color drained from their skin, and I'm fearful that they might faint. They draw a shuddering breath and reach for one of the drawers in their desk, pulling out a vial that glows a vivid lavender. I recognize it from the very first time I met them back in Ezra's shop, which strangely feels like forever ago. Wasn't it like 3 or 4 days ago? Like, it literally was not long ago. The way that they demanded it from him was with a desperation that I haven't seen in them since, but it stuck with me nonetheless. At first, I think they might pop the cork and swallow it whole, their eyes hungry as they shake it, watching the vicious liquid swirl and brighten. They don't, though. Instead, they place it in the middle of the desk. They proceed to sit on their hands, and I gather it's a precautionary measure to prevent themselves from indulging. What is this? They clear their throat, unable to meet my concerned gaze. This is what I've been reduced to. Drugs? Guys, August is on drugs. August is doing the drugs. Which ones? I don't know. I don't know anything about any of them, so don't ask. Ezra gave this to you? They nod and I reach for the vial. They watch intently, their throat bobbing as they swallow thickly. The room flares to life as I pop the cork, and August shifts in their seat. It smells fragrant, almost citrusy. It's certainly not as unpleasant as I anticipated. Citrusy.
It is not harmful if used as intended. Ezra could never create such things. He is not interested in enabling me, but I may have pressured him. I may have taken advantage of it, hence the nature in which my magic has been manifesting lately. Just another thing to add to the long list of regrets I seem to have accrued lately.
Oh, the pretty shit is like you having like withdrawals? That's kind of crazy. Imagine your withdrawals means you get sick art everywhere. I look around the room, now understanding how such a display is possible. What does it do exactly? I can feel a crackle in the air, an obvious shift in tension.
My magic draws from the mind. And when using it often, I tend to grow weary faster than most. It's a weakness I'm not proud of, and I cannot be viewed to be weak when in such a position in this agency.
Can't you just like train or some shit? Like, I know that's crazy, but like, can't you just do that? The gesture towards the vial, and I lay it back upon the desk. Therefore, this affords me the ability to replenish my mana, to put myself to use whenever required. Psionic? Is that what that is? Psionic abilities, such as my own, are rare, so I'm required quite often. Well, maybe they should fucking hire more people. Damn! There are quite obviously side effects, though. Your health is more important than your notoriety, August. They seem taken aback by the statement, maybe even a little embarrassed. Yes, and I see that now.
I've been a little blinded by the desire to impress. But the harder I look, the more I realize that I might be pushing myself to the limit for a broken cause.
I blanch at that. Those words coming from August's mouth seem unreal. It's a casually honest statement, painfully honest even, and certainly not something I could imagine the enforcer I just met a week ago daring to utter.
Too many questionable things have happened right under my nose. And I was too blinded by my determination to succeed to see.
Yeah, someone is betraying someone here. I just don't know what's happening. Aya, Piper, the murders. We need to go back to the start, examine the root. The root being the agency, the enforcers. With a small nod, they lift their eyes to the ceiling, speaking their next words with great effort. Yes, the enforcers. Then why bring me here? That I cannot answer. I wish I could. Let's talk about Aya, because I don't know anything about her. Tell me about Aya. They rest their elbows upon the desk, steepling their fingers. There's not much to tell, really. Okay, just freaking... Damn, tell her she sucks then. Well, nothing to say about her. Boring ass nerd. She transferred here only a few months ago. We barely became acquainted when she was arrested. The Piper took a liking to her. Oh, right, I forgot you don't really know anything about her. You're right, my bad. A small smile crosses their lips. They worked well together, and I finally got to catch up on the ridiculous amount of paperwork I had accrued during my time spent in the field with Piper. Why were you in the field?
Well, things have been a little busier than usual here in Lunaris lately. Creature activity has been at an all-time high these past few years, and Piper and I made an unstoppable team.
I contemplate that for a moment. For any peak in activity is usually for a reason. I don't know why I read it like that. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at reading today. And all the time, but especially today, right now. It's been worse for the past few years. Not always as bad. They shake their head. Not always, but it seems almost normal now. I make a mental note to remember this, to pry later. So, her arrest. One day she was just gone? No explanation? It was reported that she went on an unsanctioned hunt. I wasn't aware, and neither was Piper. We never saw her again. I reach for the papers that sit upon the desk between us. Harry's signature is clear as day. You didn't question it? An uncomfortable shift, a squirm almost. I did not. You don't question Harry. He's given me no reason to. Signing shit without your permission and sending your hunter off into the woods where they disappear forever is a reason to question. I watch them carefully, the furrow in their brow deepening as they quite clearly second-guess their own statement. Something isn't right here, and Aya's situation feels too convenient to me. Don't you agree? With a sharp inhale, they sit back in their chair. A little of their tension seems to melt away, but the sadness still lingers. I do. I ask about Piper. You mentioned that you didn't want Piper to be demoted, so what happened? Their gaze flickers to the side, staring out the window at the snowy street. After Aya's arrest, Piper became unsettled. Rightfully so, now that I look back.
She wouldn't stop rambling about a theory she had about the agency. Corruption, slander, all nonsense to me at the time. She was caught trying to break into the dungeons and rifling through my files. Just like you were this evening.
I clear my throat, offering them an apologetic grin. I was too infuriated to think truly straight. And before I got the chance to defuse the situation, Harry caught wind. I regret the way I dealt with it. Piper was a good friend before this mess began. I should have helped her. I let her down. Hey, just apologize. It'll be fine. Their gaze meets mine, and somehow they seem more concerned for me than they are for themselves. You and Piper, you were friends? Hard to believe now, I know. But yes, we were. Close enough for her to convince me to arm wrestle her. They absentmindedly rubbed their elbow, as if they were nursing an old injury. Don't do that, ever. I wouldn't, because I'm too lazy. The way they light up when they talk about such memories doesn't go unnoticed, and I feel a pang of sorrow for their lost friendship. They both seem like they could do with such company in their lives, and now I understand why they're noted as being so prolific as a team. You should speak to her, clear the air. The look they throw me is less than convincing.
Piper is a proud person. She's been wronged by someone she trusted, and she does not trust freely. I wouldn't expect her to forgive me without much begging, but I shall try.
Hey, you know what's a good first step? An apology. Because Piper's proud and stubborn, but she's not like that proud and stubborn. She still has some sort of sentimental feeling towards them in some fashion that I don't quite understand. I truly valued our friendship, and I've been cruel to her in my mission to please Harry. That ends now. August pushes away from their desk, swiping the still glowing vial as they stand. They cradle it gently in their palm before it's shoved firmly into the drawer where it came. What's next? What can we do? I think you should speak to Piper. She might know more than me, especially after her snooping. I stand too, my touch lingers on those discharge papers. I want to go into the dungeons. I want to see her. They avert their gaze, cheeks rosy, their frustration evident.
I cannot authorize that. Not when I know it would put your position in jeopardy.
They thoughtlessly slide their hand across the back of their chair, cutting me a sympathetic stare. I cannot have a repeat of what happened with Piper, Kay. Nothing will happen to me. I'll be fine. Their concern is etched all over their face, and it makes my heart hurt. I realize that they truly do care for me. The guilt from what happened with Piper obviously eats at them, and maybe our added closeness makes it a little more personal to them. Can this get out of my way? Sorry, my water cup is, in the way. Hello? Maybe. August, I swear that nothing will happen to me. I know what I'm doing. You seem very sure of that, of yourself. I cannot lose you too. It's different than what it was with Piper. They avert their gaze, worrying their bottom lip between their teeth. When they look back at me, they step forward, reaching for my hand.
I care for you. And that may sound idiotic. I know we've only been acquainted for a mere week, but...
A week is crazy. A week? Well, you know what? I thought it was 3 days, so it's longer than I thought. I squeeze their fingers where they lazily twine with my own, almost as if August is unsure if their affection will be returned. I feel it too. Oh, I see. They're so cute. Princess. Well, then I'm sure you can understand my predicament here. I nod, because I do understand. I would hate to see August punished for any of my actions. I do, but oh, that's not them, it's me. I do, but I need you to trust me on this one. I won't do anything to get us in trouble. Their hand falls limply from my own, their gaze nervously flicking towards the very locked door. And I do trust you. I just don't trust anyone else. Hey, TBH, if we don't have approval, I don't know if I would go in there on my own. Maybe. Because again, yeah, same thing's gonna happen. Whatever you have in mind, be careful. I smile because I know exactly what I need to do, and who I need to help me do it. They watch me intently, lips quirking into a small smile as they watch my face light up. You have a plan, don't you? I do, but I'm not sure you're gonna like it. You may not approve, but we have a few allies that probably know the dungeons better than any hunter or enforcer ever could. The dramatic and sudden roll of their eyes tells me they know exactly who I'm talking about. That makes one of us. I don't know who the fuck we're talking about. You wanted to enlist a bunch of vampires to help us break into the enforcement dungeons. Hey, they helped you yesterday, nerd. They literally helped with the vampires, being them. Helped us find, I think they found the scrap of cloth that we had. Not a bunch, just one. Finn has lived in this town longer than literally anyone. August scoffs loudly. Lived. He's dead as a doornail. Yeah, you think you're funny, huh? So you're just gonna walk into the dungeons, Casimir in tow, and hope to not get caught? I smile at their oblivious distaste for my plan. Oh, obvious, my bad. Ezra, Piper, and even Alcar, they can all help too. Do I have your permission to proceed? A pregnant pause follows my question, but eventually August meets my gaze once more. You have my permission. I wonder if we wouldn't be able to do this so openly if we didn't try to talk to, August. And I mean like in a romantic sense as well. But please be cautious. I'm no wiser than you are here, and I cannot protect you if something goes wrong.
I came here to make something of myself. I was so desperate to move out of the shadows of my parents. I come from a family that held me to such high standards. Standards I could never dream of meeting, no matter how hard I tried.
Yeah, you know what? This is random. This is absolutely unrelated. I would 100% listen to a book to fall asleep with this voice actor's voice. Thank you. Thank you. Another one, thank you. Because you know what? Two of them are controversial and I don't listen to them anymore because I figured out they were controversial. When I was young, when I was little, like 12, probably younger, I would watch a lot of like Cryotics videos because I liked the way he sounded. Now that gross, hate that guy. Nah, boo. Been a long time since he's been on the internet. No, absolutely not. Me forgetting the other one. Anyways, doesn't matter. Someone else who's controversial in an icky way. Same kind of icky vibes if you know anything about Cry. And the latest one is Silas. Silas from Love in Deep Space. I don't know who the actor is that voices him, but his voice is so like flat, soothing, deep vibes that it's not like how it is with what's his name? Corpse, where a lot of people are like I don't feel it like that. I'm just like, it's got that nice low cadence. I can sleep to that. That's great. I feel that same way about whoever voices August, too. I feel like whoever voiced them, I'm like, yeah, you could write a book and I could fall asleep to it, you know what I'm saying? Read, not write. That'd be crazy. I could write a book, but whatever. You got it. Yeah, you read that. Great. Their words grow terse as the seconds pass, unraveling gradually.
I don't want this to be my legacy. I want to make the world a better place, not a scarier one.
I got you. Don't worry about it. I gather that August has suffered through much frustration, and life has weathered them to the bone. Sorry, I'm like hiccuping, and I'm trying to not squeak. They quickly gather themselves. I won't let you down. I don't doubt that, actually. I'm gonna read it, guys, I swear. I head back to my room at the Wolf to clear my head, and to try to figure out my hastily concocted plan a little more thoughtfully. I stay up pondering the fact that we still haven't been given the name of the latest victim, and I wonder if Harry is keeping it from me for a reason. Or an ass. After my conversation with August, everything feels wrong. A quick, sharp pain rises in my temples, and I feel a familiar presence lurking. Despite that, it would appear that no voices will visit me tonight. Strange. Because apparently nothing is sacred in this town, I managed to coax Piper's address out of Edna with very little persuasion. I head across the street, unsurprised that she lives so close to the tavern, and as far away from headquarters as possible. Her house is small, but it appears to have character, much like its owner. I take a deep breath, and I knock. Hey, look at your casual duds, go crazy. She looks surprised to see me, but her expression quickly softens.
I wasn't expecting you, especially because I assumed you had no bloody idea where I live. Are you okay?
A timid smile crosses my lips. I definitely don't think this is a conversation to be had in the streets. Can we talk? Oh, sorry, of course. Of course, come in. Let's go. Okay, she's a plant girly. Yeah, go crazy. And there's a sword. But okay, she's a plant girly. Go crazy. Oh, there's many swords. Look at all that. Wow. Her house is warm and inviting, the walls adorned with an abundance of gorgeous weaponry and various plants, and brightly colored pillows litter the room. Your home is beautiful. Thank you. I've been lucky, really. I know not a lot of hunters catch a break like I have. Plus, real estate in this shithole is cheap. We share a laugh, but I can't help but feel a sense of urgency to discuss things with her. I decide now is not the time for pleasantries or stalling. Cutting straight to the chase is the only way. I have some news about Aya. Her eyes widen, flicking to the side, away from me. Aya.
Please don't say what I think you're going to.
I pull up the sash from inside my coat and present it to her, but I'm quick to reassure. This was found in the woods, but that doesn't mean she could still be alive, Piper. This has clearly been out there for a while. She reaches out and runs her hand over the ruined fabric, her fingers shaking. With a deep inhale, she withdraws, turning to sit on the arm of her sofa. Why are you here? She looks so sad, like she's only thinking the worst. I don't blame her, and I can't imagine how frustrated she must feel with the hand she's been dealt. Hi. She's like, what the fuck? That's my cat. She's coming over. She coming over? She's like, why the fuck aren't you in bed? It's 11, asshole. Hi. Goofy. I wanted you to know that I spoke to August last night. They were quite honest with me about everything, really. Oh, they were,
I suppose they told you why I was demoted. I acted without rational thought. I was so angry.
I offer her a smile, trying to catch her gaze. I may or may not have been caught doing the exact same thing you did. You didn't. I nod, feeling a little smug now that the fear of being reprimanded by my enforcer is dissipated. Stinkaboo! Oh my goodness, hello! Hello! Say hello to everybody. She said, no thanks. She said, I'm quiet and I'm tired. She said, I just want to sit and be cute or whatever. I broke into Augustus Willenheim's office and lived to tell the tale.
Fucking brilliant. You've got guts. I'll give you that.
I shrug, brushing it off. I'm grateful that the mood has shifted to something that feels a little lighter. You know, August regrets how everything happened. They seemed wistful. I think they miss your friendship. She frowns deeply, fiddling with the edge of her tunic.
They hurt me. I think it'll take me a while to get over that.
That's fair.
It wasn't even about the punishment. It was that they didn't believe me. You work with someone for all that time, but when it came down to it, they thought I'd gone mad. Why would I make up such a thing? Everyone jokes about us and our instincts, but they don't understand. When we feel something, we really feel it, you know?
I nod because I do know. Whatever lies within us that grants us our abilities is something we cannot shake or ignore. Why are you biting me? Hey, that's mean. You're not being nice right now. You're being a meanie. Yeah. If we sense someone is in pain or they're scared, we feel it in kind. If we love fully. If we feel that something feels off, it usually is. They employ us to do what we do for a reason. I wish they'd have a better understanding of what or how we feel. She scoffs a quiet laugh, rolling her eyes and offering me a small smile. If only.
If August wishes to make amends, I welcome their apology, but it will take me a while to trust them again. I was humiliated and betrayed by one of my only friends. They've got some begging to do.
Period. Stand on business, girl. Now that I'd like to see. Shit, me too. I'll get you a front row seat if it ever happens, alright? Deal. Oh. Now, I have a proposition. Oh? We're going to the dungeons. I want to go into the dungeons. She stares at me blank, expressionless.
You fucking what? Are you absolutely mad? Fancying a demotion too, are you? Well, let me tell you, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
I throw her a look and she smirks. You're serious then? Well, okay, I'm impressed. So, come on then. What's this plan? I'm still putting the pieces together. You inspired me, though. Good to know someone has some good... Hi. Hello. Good to know some good comes out of my suffering, I suppose. Do you have any tips? Any kinks you encountered on your journey? The fact that I didn't get to the door would indicate I failed pretty miserably, wouldn't you say? There are wards, there are guards. It's pretty impossible unless... Well, you know Ezra, don't you? The witch that is more than a pretty face. Ah! Hey! That's my microphone. Please don't throw it on the floor. Oh my god. You can be cozy, you just can't throw my shit on the floor. Okay. Speak to him and see if you can convince him to help. She's right. I've seen him use wards in his shop, from what I saw of the magic the other day. You're a genius. She shrugs as if that's the most obvious statement I could have made. Duh. When you're ready, you know I've got your back. Always. Girl power, girl boss, slay, girl boss, queen power, girl. That's Piper's banner. It says behind her, girl power, boss, slay, queen. Just over and over again. Upon entering the shop, I find chaos. I spot Ezra frantically gesturing at Omen, the demon's tail tightly coiled. I'm wary of approaching him after our little incident yesterday, instead choosing to observe from afar. I manage to catch Ezra's eye, and he throws me a sympathetic look. He's stressed, his hand full of bandages and potions. He mutters something quick and sharp under his breath to Omen, who then turns and stares at me with wide, sorry eyes as the witch disappears through this purple curtain. If I ask what's going on, will you give me an answer? The question seems to catch him by surprise. Then he looks away, his lips pursed. He doesn't seem to have forgotten his outburst with me yesterday, or his abrupt departure. Good. It isn't my intention to trip him with the reminder, but just as well that he remembers. Did you bring someone in who was hurt? The brown eyes snapped me almost instantly, and Omen moves as though to step between me and the entrance to Ezra's back room. Then he catches himself in the middle and forcibly drops his arms to his sides. He opens his mouth, stammers without speaking, then his shoulders droop in defeat. A little spark that might have caught on the bandage rolls in his hand peters out.
Yes, but maybe you shouldn't see her right now. I mean...
He licks his lips, a flick of black tongue visible. It seems so eerily out of place on a face so painfully human in its distress.
At least let Ezra see to her first. He needs some space when he works his magic.
I won't have time for you to tell me. Then we have some time. I take a small step towards the door to block the exit, crossing my arms and projecting as stern air as possible. There are too many secrets in this town, and I recall you telling me that I am your best hope to solve your problem. I would hope you trust me enough to tell me what's going on. Omen freezes, his face falling. He looks away, mouth moving without a sound. It's a long, tense moment before he looks at me again. This time, he meets my eyes and takes a deep breath, then nods, clutching his medical supplies he's holding closer to his chest, like he thinks they're a reliable barrier between us. The sight of it makes me feel something unpleasant. I wish Omen wouldn't fear me, wouldn't fidget, with his tail lashing back and forth in agitation. Shoulders tense, like standing before me is taking all of his courage. Hey, you just left. Hey, you were just up here and then you jumped down all on your own. Oh my god. Oh, everyone watch out. Bonobel's on a fucking tirade. Oh my god. Girl, Jesus! I know. You're caught in the cords. I need you to move your big feet. Yeah. There. Yay. The sight of it makes me feel something unpleasant. Oh wait, I already said it. Anyways, still, it's as it should be. Suspects I've encountered in the past as a hunter, and Omen resembles them all too much. The hint of power he let slip yesterday assures me he will make a terrible enemy. if he will be an enemy, but I really hope not. I just want to know, guys. She made my cat, just made a big deal about hopping up here and then jump down. And I guarantee you, within the next 5 minutes, she's going to do it again. It's because she either wants to she wants me to pet her while she's on the floor. I'm not that long, girl. Stop. Or she wants me to go to bed and she's just trying to annoy me enough till I move over there, and I'm not going to do it. No. All right. It sounds almost like an admission, but Omen takes a deep breath, squares his shoulders, and begins to speak quietly.
2 years ago, I came to Lunaris. That is, I came to stay in Lunaris after a disagreement with my sire, my father.
Boo. His eyes flicker around the room almost nervously, and I find myself straining to detect any eavesdropping presence, but there is none. Omen seems to find the same thing because his shoulders droop again.
You know what I am. I suppose you've already guessed.
A demon. He sighs.
Your people call him Lucifer, I think. The fallen divine. The Lord of Hells.
And in some cases, hot. Not supernatural, no. I fear he's not hot in that one. What is it? Whatever. I was going to bring up Hazbin Hotel, but I'm not going to go there. I was just going to say that he's hot in that one, but anyways. It takes me a moment to process what he said. Demon lore is plentiful and easily accessible when you're a hunter. Even our early years of the Academy, we pored over detailed logs of their fiendish hierarchies, favorite vices to explore, patterns of their appearances. I would damn well hope I know who the Lord of Hell is. Oh, that is very nice. Omen's brown eyes widen, his jaw going slack in surprise. The glamour truly is something, and I'm starting to wonder if he learned it from the witch behind the curtains. It is? He coughs.
That was sarcasm, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was not sarcasm.
No, it was not. Something else also hits me. Our sire? Omen bites a lip and looks away. Then he nods curtly, eyes flicking back to the door leading to the shop. Well then, does your father know that you're here, in the mortal realm? Can he find you? A terrible thought crosses my mind. The burned bodies, the hunters targeted. No! The vehemence of his denial is startling. I quickly hold up my hands for peace, but Omen isn't paying attention. He's shaking his head vigorously, trembling.
No, that can't be him. Him or any of his minions. I would have known. I would have stopped them.
Oh, we pissed him off. His brown eyes are glowing with fire as he stares at me pleadingly. Literal simmering flames. I can feel the fire in his core standing here, far enough away, and now I know where it comes from. The familiarity makes sense. That's one hell's secret to hold on to. And who is that in the back then? One more colossal fact to add to this messy little mountain of information I've been gathering since stepping foot into this mad town. What else is new by now? I believe you, Omen. Omen's shoulders droop in relief, and I feel something tense inside myself unclench as well. It needs not bad endly. It will not. Besides, this case would have closed far faster if it were a run-of-the-mill demons messing about. Right. Omen closes his eyes and says something far too quiet for me to hear. Then he breathes in, breathes out, and slowly makes his way to the counter. He sets all his items in his arms down there. With such deliberateness, I know he's doing it so to calm his nerves. Something sneaks through still. I see a flicker of flame about his hair, an intensity to his aura. But only briefly. The pressure fades as Omen raises his head. He doesn't look at me as he speaks.
I think I'll just head outside for some fresh air.
Okay, bye. Are you sure? Omen smiles at me over his shoulder, the curve of his mouth tense.
I think it's for the best. I don't want her to see me like this, rattled and angry. She's my sister. She doesn't deserve it.
Hey, show me the sister. I want to see. He trails off, staring into the distance for a moment. Then he shakes his head and makes for the door, only adding One last thing before he steps outside.
Will you go and say hello to her? I'm sure Elaine will find you quite lovely.
Omen and Elaine. Oh. We're gonna pretend we don't see her, because this is where I'm stopping
Will
it.
you go and say hello to her?
Hey, we're done. That was a lot to take in. Literally none of it particularly useful to solving the murder. But, what can I say? Because the thing is we don't even know if the thing with Aya is even connected. I assume it is. But I want us to, like... I want to get my hands on it, you know? I want to grip this case by the horns and steer it into the solved section. That's what I want. I really don't have any opinions. W. August for being my Pookie Wookie. I love them so bad. They're literally princess. Yeah, that's it. But we'll pick up on, like, the sister vibes next time, I think. And hopefully we'll be able to do the dungeon next time, too. We'll see. We'll see. But I hope you've had so much fun. Maybe as much fun as I've had. Maybe even more. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!